Welcome to this new series on training leading up to the Double Brutal in Wales in 2025. I'm really excited to share this journey with you, so let's get started. First week here we did testing, basically, benchmark testing for strength, push-pull strength. Then we did my threshold testing, run, CSS test in the pool, and a new FTP test on the bike. So we'll run through all of that, and then into the second week we got back into the more regular training, and we finished the week off, we finished the 2 weeks off, with a really long run with Braden here in Mildura, which is lovely. Well, I hope it'll be lovely because I haven't done it yet, but we'll see. So enjoy this video and we'll see you soon. So let's start with the testing. So first testing, first of all, it wasn't ideal conditions for testing because I had to drive down from Queensland, which is 2,500 kilometres. So it was 2 days sitting in the car. And so I rearranged the week already in terms of training, and then needed to accommodate everything that Fergus had spread over a week. But having said that, we still got it done. I don't think I was in my peak condition for it, but the strength testing went pretty well. Squats, deadlifts, bench press, the usual kind of stuff. Basically trying to figure out the push-pull ratio strength that Fergus needs to put my plan together for this training series. And I think, it went, like I said, went pretty well. I didn't feel like Superman. Some days, I don't know if everyone else feels this, but some days I get to the gym and I really feel like Superman. And other days I just feel like some other kind of man that isn't Superman. And this was one of those times, unfortunately. But I got the test done. It sort of results I expected, I guess, but I just wasn't feeling it at the time. Next test was a threshold test, which was the run. And I think, again, I don't know that I've really fully recovered from the drive down. It was just a normal threshold test where you're measuring your heart rate, your average heart rate for the last 20 minutes of a 30-minute run at, the highest pace you can hold. And so, I shouldn't be unhappy. I got a personal best of 26 minutes in 5Ks, but I just didn't feel quite right. My new threshold heart rate was 146, which is good. It's way up on when I first started doing all of this stuff, but I felt like there was still more in me, but I couldn't get it out of me, let's put it that way.
Can't quite get that sub 25. It was a good run and it did what it needed to do to measure my heart rate, but I felt like crap the last couple of days because of the drive down. 2,500 kilometre drive in 2 days, and dehydrated and just not feeling at my peak. And then in the last kilometre my right Achilles started to hurt. So anyway, I'll get that fucking sub 25 number at some point, but today it is the day. So still a good run at 26 minutes for 5Ks, and not unhappy, just unhappy.
But the run itself was good. The only thing I would say is that the riverfront here, where I'm standing right now doing this video, is not completely flat. So it's not an ideal scenario for a threshold run. But that's okay. It is what it is. And the idea is it's really about your heart rate, not about how fast you run. So that was good. Then we went on to the CSS test in the pool, which I actually did a few days later because of scheduling issues. And again, I just couldn't, all the testing, you're going to hear the same story. I didn't quite feel right, except maybe the FTP test, which went well. But The CSS test, basically the same results for the swim as I had last time I did them, which I guess is not the worst thing. I just haven't got faster in the pool, which I kind of expected, I guess. Yeah, and that's all there is to say about that. The FTP test, on the other hand, felt pretty good. I think because I did that on the Saturday, like 4 days after the travel finished, I was feeling pretty recovered by then, I think. And so set a nice new FTP of 272, which I'm pretty happy with. And yeah, I think well on the way to getting over 300 before the double Ironman next year, which is kind of my aim, to get over 300 and hold my FTP there if I can. Although history tells me that it's very hard to hold your FTP if you're not training fairly vigorously all the time. So whether I can hold it there or not is a whole other question. So that kind of wrapped up the testing phase of everything, and then had my Sunday off as usual, and then we went into my first week of real training towards the double Ironman, and that started with my usual session on a Monday of the lower body gym in the morning and threshold intervals in the afternoon, except I switched it around because it was going to be, I think it was like 47 in the afternoon. So went down and got my run done first thing in the morning. So we have a warm-up, 800 metre runs at 4:15 to 4:30 pace per kilometre, and then a cool down, obviously. Tested out my new Hover X, which was fantastic, and you'll see those shots right now while I'm talking. Again, the interval training, I went down to the athletics track here in Mildura, which is a grass track. And I don't normally run on grass. I normally run on hard surfaces only, and I found it really weird and hard to run of any kind of pace on spongy grass. So the interval session wasn't fantastic, but again, got it done. Just kind of felt, I felt like I didn't have any power in my legs, and I think probably a combination of the spongy ground and the fact that I hadn't done intervals for probably, it must have been 4 weeks maybe. So yeah, not a great session, but great footage. So I got it done. Gym in the afternoon, which was good, felt strong. Tuesday, hit the gym in the morning and then hit the pool in the afternoon. So that was my usual Tuesday, upper body gym, a pool session in the afternoon. Onto Wednesday, which was a double, which started with a Zwift race, and I did I can't remember what it's called now, the volcano one where you climb to the summit. One day I may win a Zwift race, but it won't be anytime soon, I don't believe. But it was good anyway. It's good fun, and a bloody hard ride, that one, even for a half an hour session. And I was supposed to do a 45-minute low intensity run in the afternoon, but when I did my threshold test the week before, I twinged my Achilles, and it wasn't bad. Like, I actually did it like 4 kilometers into the run, and so I really so this week that we're in now, the second week of this section, I skipped that run on the Wednesday because I just thought I just can't push that Achilles. So, and Saturday morning now, where I'm recording this before my long run, basically don't feel anything in my Achilles. So hopefully that little rest has done it the world of good. I don't feel the Achilles in anything else, like on my rides and swimming, and it was, in general life, it was fine. It was just that run that seemed to tweak it. So let's hope that's not an omen of injuries to come, but I think it was just, you know, I don't know, I was pushing myself in that run and maybe I just pushed a bit hard. So I skipped that run on the Wednesday afternoon and then had a swim on the Thursday, which was good, and then yesterday was just a gym session, a full body basic gym session, which leads up to today, which is my long run. So I'm planning to do 15Ks, but maybe 20 if the Achilles is fine and everything's going well, around the 6 minutes per kilometre mark. And yeah, the temperature's quite nice today, so it shouldn't be any issues really. Hopefully the Achilles holds up and we'll see how it all goes.
Oh, there we go. He's seen the camera coming. He's like, oh, it's picked up.
Fresh. Because like, I feel like I'm taking up the whole footpath, so I'm like single filing a bit.
Don't it?
Like a sneaky formation.
See, I'm allowed to because I'm the Strava segment king.
Yeah.
I'll come down here before I leave just to knock you off. Actually, sorry, I'm not the king. I'm the local legend. Did you pick up the pace when I bring the camera out? No, we're running at 6:30, so I need to pick up everything.
Do you record the whole thing or only when it sticks out?
No, only when it sticks out.
Right.
That's too much fucking work editing it.
Straight.
Bouncing. Well, the fucking bouncer's gone out of my step. I'll give you the tip. Good run today. 14.5 kilometres, about 6:15 per kilometre pace, which is nice and comfortable. Achilles feels remarkably good, or it sort of was I could feel it the whole way, but didn't really impede my running, so I was pretty happy with the result. Braden and Jared are still going. They got much more to do than me today because I've got a ride to back up with tomorrow. So, good run.
Thanks so much for watching this week. I hope you enjoyed this new format, and I hope you enjoy this new series following me through to a double Ironman, which I guess seems crazy to a lot of people. Pretty much everyone I've spoken to about it thinks that I'm crazy, but I'm going to prove them wrong. Although I might be crazy, but I'm going to prove that I can do it. It's not really relevant whether I'm crazy or not. So we'll see you next week, and don't forget to take the next ride.